I have a Canon Vixia HF R400, and I did a lot of research before I got the camera, and there was a few questions that I had about the camera that no one really answered, and I had to find out on my own. Then once I got the camera, there's some important things that you really need to know that I really haven't seen anybody cover. They may have, and if they have, that's great. I'm just doubling the effort here. To start off with, please make sure you know, just like with the computer, don't ever take the SD card out of the camera if the power is on. You can damage the SD card, you can lose the information. When you open the Canon camera, if you have the settings set like it came from the factory, your LCD will turn the camera on. Now, how do you get the SD card into the camera if when you open the LCD window, the camera automatically comes on? Well, simply shut it and it will shut off. Take the battery off. Open your camera back up. The power does not come on. You then can put your SD card into your camera, push it, and close the SD card cover. Shut the LCD screen, put your battery back on. Now when you open it up, it powers up and your SD card is in and you're ready to go. Now you've done a lot of filming, you want to get the SD card out. There's two things you can do. You can go through the same process of closing the window and taking the battery off, or there is an on-off button. If you hit the on-off button, it will shut off. Now the camera is shut off, even though the battery is attached. The camera is shut off. You can open the SD card window, take out the SD card, and put it in your computer and see the files that you have. I'm going to put the SD card back in, shut my window, and I'm going to turn the camera back on just by simply pushing the on-off button. And just to show you, it's still in the mode that when you shut the LCD screen, it automatically goes off and it automatically comes back on. This is a really nice feature because you don't accidentally carry your camera around while it's still on. When you shut the LCD screen, it shuts the camera off. However, I have found out that when you are recording and you shut the LCD screen, it shuts it off. So if you wanted to record something and shut the LCD screen, you can't. But yes, you can. If you open the screen back up, it will power back up for you. And we can see that it is in the pause mode, so it did stop recording. All right. If you want it so when you open and shut the LCD screen, nothing happens, you have to turn your camera off and on with the off-on button. This is what you do. You go to the little icon at the top left-hand corner. It looks like a little house. I kind of call it a house because that's easy for me to refer to it. When you touch that icon, you want to use the two wrenches and open that up. Then you want to go over to the actual wrench. Then we're going to scroll down. Power on using LCD panel. Now if you touch that, it says enable and off. If you touch the off, now whenever you shut your LCD screen, it stays on. So if you have your LCD screen open, you have found a scene that you're going to start recording. The red dot shows that it's recording, and you shut your LCD screen, it stays recording. Why would you want to do this? Well, it does save some of the battery life. It's not powering the LCD screen. Also, I like to do some wildlife stuff, and I'll set my camera on a bird feeder, and I don't have to worry about an animal coming around and hitting the LCD screen and maybe knocking it over. If you open this back up, you will see the red dot. It is still recording. So if I hit pause or stop my recording and I want to shut the camera off or turn it on, I simply go to the on-off button and shut it off. And still, you can see all the fingerprints. As you open and shut it, it will not turn off or on. I want to turn the camera back on. And something that I did a lot of research and I was trying to find out, a lot of times when I'm filming, I connect my camera to a monitor. And I had sent some questions out. One person I got 2 replies. One person said, yes, you can hook a monitor up. And the other person said, no, it does not apply. I am here to tell you that, yes, you can hook this up to a monitor. And if you will see, you have a mic and an AV out. The AV out is for AV cable or the headphones. Now, I've seen some people question why in the menu setting you have to go and tell the camera that you want to use your headphones. This is the reason why you have to go and tell it you want to use the headphones, because it defaults to the AV out. If you have to buy a cable. You have to buy I went to B&H Photo and I got a Canon cable. And if you plug the cable into the AV out, I have set the camera off to the side, and this is just a crappy shot right now, but it's showing that I'm picking the camera up and moving it. This is my monitor, and it does work. You can use a monitor. If you need the headphones while you have your monitor connected, you just connect your headphones to your monitor. But you should still monitor the sound level, because when it's coming through this monitor, your screen monitor, you can have it turned up and you're getting a louder sound than you actually think you do. But the point I'm trying to make is that you can connect your video camera to a monitor. However, and this is one thing I wish that they would let you do, you cannot shut off your LCD screen and save battery while you're using the monitor. The only way you can do that is if you turn the screen, and it won't do it on this one. I have another one that has an angled jack, and if you turn the screen just far enough with the angled jack in there, it will shut the screen off, but it's still hanging out there and it doesn't work well. So you still have to have your LCD screen open, but you can use a monitor so you can see better what you're trying to record. Something else that I discovered is when I went to erase all the files off of the SD card, which you have to do, past experience has found out that it's best to always put the SD card into the device that you're going to be using it in and clear the card that way. Don't put it in your computer and access the files and erase them. I have actually destroyed cards doing that. I don't know how or why, but I put the card in my computer, erased the files, then put it in my digital camera, and it no longer could read it. So then I went to try and format it. It wouldn't format, and actually the SD card got ruined. I don't know why or how. That shouldn't really happen, but to be on the safe side, your best bet is to always format or erase your card in your device. And on this Canon camera, you go to the tools, go to the little wrench, And we'll start going down. And I do have a little bit of a problem with this. It seems the more that you use and get greasy from your fingers, the screen, the less the screen likes to work. That's just what I have found out. To clear the files off your card, you have to go to initialize your SD card. All right, and at this moment, this is telling you how much you've used and what class it is. You want to initialize your card, so you press initialize. At this moment, it says quickly erase all files from the memory card. Initialize, yes or no. Don't touch anything. This is just a quick erase. It doesn't do a good complete erase of your card. You want to complete initialization. Click that on. Now it says completely erase all files from the memory card. This may take a few moments. Initialize, yes or no. Then you push yes. Complete initialization, memory card initializing. It's erasing the entire card. I have found out with the quick erase, I've had problems. I'll just leave it at that. So anytime I've done it this way, this has always been the best way for me to do it. Something else that you want to look at, it's called the auto white balance. What the auto white balance does is gives you a true white color in your video. Sometimes you'll notice that the white looks a little grayish blue, or sometimes you'll even get a little bit of a yellowish look. And you need to set your automatic white balance. Now, if you have your camera in automatic mode, a lot of times it does an automatic white balance, and the look of it is okay. But sometimes it is off. Now, if you have your camera in automatic or in the automatic mode, you can't adjust your white balance. What you have to do is you have to go into your settings and you have to go to your program AE. Now, once you take your camera into that mode, you can do a lot more with your settings. So you will see the P, which is in the program AE mode. To set the automatic white balance, you go down and push this icon. From here, you want to go down to white balance. Click that on. And you'll see this screen come up. Now, what you will need to do is you need to get a white piece of paper. White bright piece of paper if you can. What you really want to do is, if you're filming something that's say 10 feet away from you, you want someone to hold that piece of paper up at the object or the person that you're going to be filming, and then zoom all the way in so the white paper covers the entire screen. So you'll see nothing but white. If you do it close, like I'm doing right now, I'm just holding a piece of paper in front of the camera lens. Believe it or not, the lighting can change in 10 or 15 feet across the room or across outside. So if you want a really true white balance, that's what you have to do. So for this purpose, I'm just going to hold the paper in front of me right now. It has filled the entire screen. I'm now going to hit the icon for it. Then I want to set auto white balance. You'll see the flashing light. And now the white balance has been set. That is the proper way to set your automatic white balance.